much for having us again. Thank you, CILC. Thank you, all of you students and parents and teachers who came to join us. Anthony's with us again. Say hi, Anthony.
Hey.
So today, I'm so excited to, again, share our love with you and to explain that today we're going to do some playing. We're going to play an empathy story. So we're going to play the story. And Anthony is going to put up a screen. We're going to start class like we usually do. We're going to do a Jelly Bean song together. So if Anthony wants to share the screen, that would be great. Okay, so here's our title, and go ahead, so play the story, and then go ahead and go to the next slide. And Anthony's with us. So we are going to do the call and response like we usually do to get our class started. And then after that, Anthony's going to sing a version of this too. So here we go. I'm going to sing the line, and then you sing it back. Here's our song. We're like jelly beans. Now you.
We are like jelly beans.
Bright, bold.
Bright, bold.
And unique, if you please.
And unique, if you please.
We'll fill the world.
We'll fill the world.
With hope.
With hope.
Helping all others.
Helping all others.
To cope.
To cope.
We'll model embracing life.
We'll model embracing life.
Through both happiness and strife.
Through both happiness and strife.
Yay! That was wonderful. Okay, so if someone wants to pull Anthony on full screen, he's going to sing another melody, another version of this song for you.
We are like jelly beans, bright, bold, and unique, if you please. We'll fill the world with hope, helping all others to cope. We'll model embracing life through both happiness and strife. We are like jelly beans, bright, bold, and unique, if you please. We'll fill the world with hope, helping all others to cope. We'll model embracing life through both happiness and strife. We are like jelly beans.
Yay! Now, when you sing We Are Like Jelly Beans, friends, you can skip around in a circle as you sing it. You can dance as you sing it. Go ahead, Anthony, and put the slides back up if you could, please.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and then go to the next slide. So today we're going to be doing some fun playing of some things that happen in Jelly Beans, the Cheetah, and Hope. Go ahead and go to the next slide. And I wanted to just give you a little bit of a clue before we get to the story. We're going to be creating in our homes and in my home a cage. And when I do this with my students in the classroom, we might use paper strips like you see in the pictures, paper strips that are just white. We might tape some together. We might even just fold them and tape them on the table. We might color them. But in my home right now, when I'm playing Jelly Beans the Cheetah, feeling sad in his cage, I'm going to use a table. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Anthony. In a play, when they were doing a cage, they decided to use some wood and make the cage this way. I want you to think in your minds as you're hearing the first part of the story and you're seeing the pictures of the cage, what do you think you could use in your home? Could be a table, could be under, maybe you could be under a desk, maybe you have some cardboard, maybe you have some other things that you can do. So think about that in your mind as I read the story. I'm going to pull you over here to me closer so that I can read the story over here. Okay, so I'm going to set this here and see if you're able to see this, and I think you will be able to. Okay, so I'm going to hold the book up as I'm reading it and show you the pages, but I'll get the pages a little bit closer to you too. Okay. So here's the book, and then we're going to go to the first page. Okay, I'm going to get this just a little bit closer for you. There you go. Can you see me okay? Is this okay? And then you're hearing me okay? Here we go. There was a cheetah who grew up lonely and sad. His loving mother was all that he had. When she was taken away, he felt great sadness and dismay. He had grown up being teased, you see. for his spots looked different than they were supposed to be. They were oddly shaped instead of like dots. He was ridiculed by others taking pot shots. He felt like a freak, like he didn't belong. When his mother was there, she'd sing him a song. Her voice and the words of the song were so sweet. Knowing she loved him made him feel more complete. So here's the song. Anthony's going to just play the song, but we'll keep the same screen on, okay? So Anthony's going to play the one with some string instruments, with violin and viola and cello.
I love you, precious sweet boy, you are my pride and joy. There is only one like you. Love yourself as I love you too. You have much to give. Don't forget to love everyone as you live. Life is a gift for you to behold. Don't forget to enjoy as you watch it unfold.
Wonderful. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. Is everybody hearing me okay? I could turn my little thing up a little bit more. I had it down. Is this a little bit better, or can you hear me less well? Better. Okay. Okay, I apologize. I had that turned down because as I was listening to that wonderful other class, I was thinking. Okay, so here we go. Here's the next page. Oh my goodness, he gets captured next. The day he was captured, he'll never forget. The other cheetahs laughed at him, caught in the net. The men used a net since they wanted him alive. His unique markings gave them the idea to let him survive. He was afraid and more alone than ever. The men talked about the cheetah, but didn't sound too clever. They had elaborate ideas to sell him. His life was looking increasingly dim. When they finally got back to their base camp, they put him in a cage that felt cold and damp. One of the men had a daughter who lived with him there. She was beautiful, but sad, and had brown, curly hair. Her name was Nicole, he would come to find out. By now, the comforting words from his mother, he was starting to doubt. His uniqueness got him into this situation. How could his uniqueness be good, was his contemplation. He was clearly losing hope. It was his mother's song that helped him cope. He believed somehow that she was right. The words of the song helped him hold on that first night. Do you see how the little girl is kneeling right by the cage? She has such empathy for the cheetah. Empathy means putting yourself in somebody else's place or somebody else's shoes and imagining how they think or feel. This little girl could imagine if she were a cheetah, she wouldn't want to be in a cage, okay? The cheetah remained in the cage morning to night. This was just awful for him, far from delight. Nicole knew the endangered cheetah would die when confined. She was determined to help him by being kind. Nicole noticed the cheetah's sadness too, just as he had noticed that she was blue. She could tell he was hurting about more because she had more empathy than before. They both cared deeply about each other. They were becoming like sister and brother. Okay, so let's move forward and let me show you what I've set up today. So come along with me. Here we go. Here is the table in my office right there. And then look who's inside the table. Do you see? The cheetah is inside the table. So you and your brothers or sisters and your parents could play a game of being the cheetah in the cage. There's the cheetah, so that could be you there. Okay, can you see the cheetah? There's the cheetah in the cage. He's just in a table, underneath a table for the cage. And now I'm going to kneel right by this cage, just like the little girl kneeled by the cage because she had empathy and she felt so bad for him. So I'm going to kneel right by the cage and I'm going to ask the cheetah some questions. Okay, so I'm going to put this so you can see me. Okay, can you see me that way? Okay. So I've got the cheetah's face and I'm feeling really badly for him that he is captured. And so I'm going to ask him, how are you feeling? Are you okay? So sorry that my dad captured you. I feel so bad for you. Are you all right? So do you see that I'm asking him questions? I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking to him, I'm playing. I'm playing like I would with my friends. I'm playing like I would any game where I'm playing any story I've read or maybe anything that I've maybe seen, some kind of show I've seen on TV or maybe even the shark show. Maybe I want to play being in the ocean, right? But in this case, I'm playing with the cheetah. I'm asking him how he feels. I'm going to ask Anthony next to ask the cheetah how he feels. So you can put full screen on Anthony, and I'm going to put the screen on the cheetah's face. And Anthony is going to play with the cheetah and ask the cheetah how the cheetah's feeling.
How are you feeling, my cheetah friend? I hope you're okay. And I want you to know that during this time of stress, that I'm here for you and we love you. And wow, look at those spots. Aren't they beautiful?
Good
They're
job.
weird little shapes. Look at that.
That's so wonderful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, friends. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do next, that was wonderful. So if you on your own can have fun finding a space in your house where you could create a cage for the cheetah, it could be anything you choose, and take some time to show empathy to the cheetah, to care about the cheetah, and ask the cheetah how the cheetah is feeling and if the cheetah is okay. That's showing empathy. Let's do this now. We'll go ahead and we're going to finish the book. Anthony, do me a favor, please, and put up the slides one more time. We're going to show one more screen. Okay. Okay. So this says, I will read the rest of the story, and this is what I want you to do when I'm reading it. Think about what parts of the story you could play when you hear me read. Tell me the ideas after I've read it, and then we'll talk about that, and you can put them in the chat. So start thinking about what else is happening in the story and what else could you play or recreate from the story. Okay, good job. I don't know if you all liked, you can say it in the chat. We were trying to make my cheetah in my office look like the cheetah in the story. So we took some paint this weekend. It was fabric paint, so don't paint your stuffed animals. But we had special fabric paint, and we were trying to make the shapes and the color so that we could use them today. So our 13-year-old helped me with that. Okay, so are you ready for the story? Let's keep going with this story. Whoops, I'll go with this one. Thank you for waiting. Good job. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, so Anthony, can you cue up the song? The song comes up pretty quickly with the next one. Okay, so here's our next page. The little girl is still by that cage. She has such empathy for the cheetah. She cares so much about him, and he for her. And so this is what happens next in the story. Nicole learned cheetahs don't actually roar. She found his soothing purr hard to ignore. Nicole loved it when she heard the cheetah purr. Somehow it made her feel reassured. Perhaps it's because while he purred, his mother's song played in his head. He kept her memory alive with her song and words that she'd said. The cheetah changed the song by replacing boy with girl. He added a part about how Nicole's hair was all a twirl. And then this is the song. The girl song, the song that the boy cheetah sings to the girl.
I love you, wretched sweet girl. You have the most beautiful hair, all a twirl. There is only one like you. Love yourself as I love you too. You have much to give. Don't forget to love everyone as you live. Life is a gift for you to behold. Don't forget to enjoy as you watch it unfold.
Wonderful. That was DRS, an intern of mine, and he was trying to have a kid boy voice when he was doing that. So here's the next page. Whoops. I can do this again so you can see it. I'm just trying to make sure that the glare isn't on the page. The cheetah felt good when he made Nicole happy for a while. He found that if he danced, that would make her smile. He would also rub up against the cage. Nicole was confident, regardless of her age. On top of the bar, she'd pet him as best she could. She didn't even question whether she should. They needed each other, like a sister and brother. Nicole gave the cheetah a name one day. Your spots look like jelly beans, I have to say. Nicole didn't think he could understand or relate to what she said, but she still explained about her mother's song she sang in bed. While her mother was in hospice at home, Nicole would sit and stroke her hair with a comb. she would quietly sing a jelly bean song. Nicole would help by loudly singing along. Her mom had given Nicole jelly beans as a nickname. It had profound meaning, but Nicole shared it just the same. The cheetah loved jelly beans as his new name. He was feeling loved without being the same. He was loved for his uniqueness, after all. This was a momentous occasion, not small. Nicole then sang the jelly bean song without changing it or anyone singing along. So Anthony, if you want to cue that up, that'd be great. And we'll just hold the screen. Anthony's just doing a recording of this one too, so he won't be doing it live. Got it?
I love you, sweet jelly beans, my dear. You are bright, bold, and unique. That is clear. Dear jelly beans, you're here to build the world with hope. With your loving spirit, you'll help others to cope. Just as you helped me, you will help countless others. You will see.
Yay! That was a version that was done in the musical play of that song. So she gave him a song. She gave him a name and she gave him a song. Okay, so let's go to the next page. One day, Nicole's dad didn't come back. Jelly Beans and Nicole were all alone outside the empty shack. One day turned to 23, so they wondered how their life would be. It was now a long time that her dad was away. Their food was low. They wondered where they should stay. All this time, Jelly Beans had been learning to talk. He uttered Nicole's name as she headed out for a walk. Jelly Beans was worried she would get hurt. Nicole was amazed by him delivering that blurt. Wow, you actually said my name? Jelly Beans replied, I can say more words, just the same. That would be so exciting that he could talk. So she goes on to explain. Nicole went on to more completely explain, I was headed to the tribe across the plain. I met a village elder named Mbisha there. He seemed so loving. I think he would care. Maybe he would help me and you. Although I don't know if they'd let you live there too. Then Nicole knelt by Jelly Beans and said, I should let you go free, since a cage is no place for a beautiful animal to be. He'd never been called beautiful before, except by his mother, whom he surely did adore. I don't care if I'm in trouble, if my dad ever comes back. It was wrong of him to put you in a cage by our shack. I love you, Jelly Beans, my dear, but it's wrong to keep you here. You belong in the wild. To be free, like a child. It was hard for her to do that, but she had so much empathy and love for him. She knew it was right. He was surprised. Jelly Beans asked, Are you sure? Nicole said lovingly, Jelly Beans, you are so pure. Yes, I'm sure. You have given me hope. I feel like now I'm more able to cope. Your love for me was an absolute gift. It helped me make a miraculous shift. I love you so much that I want you to be free. I want what's best for you, you see? With that, Nicole unlocked the cage door. The two hugged as they never could before. Tears streamed down each of their cheeks. It felt like they'd been together longer than a mere 6 weeks. Go run to your freedom, dearest one, Nicole encouraged after their long hug was done. Jelly Beans bolted and ran away very fast. He ran 70 miles an hour again, at last. It felt so good to be free, but he wondered about Nicole, so turned around to see. He could tell she was crying, but happy with what she'd done. Then Jelly Beans changed his mind and the direction of his run. He turned completely around, which was something quite profound. Nicole was surprised and quite amazed. Jelly Beans was exhausted and a little dazed. Nicole asks, What in the world are you doing back here? Why didn't you keep running, Jelly Beans, my dear? Jelly Beans explained, Your unselfishness in setting me free inspired me to rethink where I wanted to be. It's my deepest desire to make sure that you thrive. I hunt during the day, which can help keep you alive. I can protect you while you're asleep at night. I can be there during the day in plain sight. Jellybeans and Nicole walked to the village side by side. Now that they decided to stay together, they hoped they could live with the tribe. Mbisha smiled broadly when he saw Nicole and Jellybeans coming near. I was worried you two were alone. I'm glad that you came here. Nicole gushed, Mbisha, you are so kind. Jellybeans and I can stay here? You wouldn't mind? The Barbag family welcomed the two, showing beautiful empathy as they do. Feeling a greater connection to the human family, they felt settled and embraced their gift to simply be. Jellybeans was inspired to share how Nicole had helped him cope. To honor her, he wanted to give her the name of Hope. He told her she'd absolutely given him that, since he had felt so alone in the cage where he sat. You helped me feel less alone in that horrible cage. Because of you, I felt hope, even in that dark stage. They had now both done the same by giving each other a special new name. This is how Jellybeans gets his spots colored in. Ready? The Barbag tribe, oh, I think it's better this way, just a second, like that. The Barbag tribe needed clean water close by, so humanitarians made them an earth dam the color of sky. One night, when Jellybeans and Hope had been asleep for a while, a child snuck into their mud hut with a mischievous smile. The humanitarians brought markers that were bold and bright. One child used them to fill in Jellybeans' markings that night. In the morning, Jellybeans and Hope laughed loud and strong. They both figured it was what needed to happen all along. Sorry about that glare. I try to hold it the right way. Jellybeans now fully embodied his name with those markings. It's good he was tame. Hope spoke quietly, tilting her head to the side while taking in Jellybean's confidence and pride. You've persevered and found your self-esteem, and all because of the Barbag tribe, it would seem. Okay, last page. Thank you for listening. Nice job, everybody. Okay, here we go. Everyone loved his Jellybeans colored fur. He expressed his gratitude through his soothing purr. It was all making beautiful sense now. His mother's words enlightened him. Wow, she'd been right about it all. Everyone has a unique call. He finally understood how our connection to all makes it impossible to feel insignificant or small. Connection provides us with a sense of our wholeness. It empowers us with empathy, true confidence, and boldness. Jellybeans realized it was their mothers who had taught the two giving love is the most meaningful and powerful thing to do. Yay, you did a great job of listening. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm really excited to go back to that question about what would you play through? Which other parts of the story would be fun to play through? Anthony, can you do me a favor and pull up the slides again? And just past the one where I asked that question, I have a slide. There we go. Okay, so as you are chatting, as you're writing some questions down for me, or not questions, but telling me which things you would play in the story, I'll share that one thing that we had fun playing in the story was creating the hut. So we made a hut, and that's just brown material. If you don't have brown material at home, you could use other kind of material. Brown represented the mud that was used to make the hut in the Barbag tribe. And then we put a cardboard thing on the top, and then we would take strips of paper again, and then we would just put them on there, and then we'd use markers to color them in the color of straw or sticks that would be put on the roof. And then we would pretend that the cheetah and the little girl were sleeping inside. So somebody would play that and would be inside. And then somebody else would hold markers with a mischievous smile. And then only pretend. They wouldn't actually color them in, but they would go in. And then when they all came out, they would Jellybeans and Hope would laugh and just be so delighted to see the spots colored in, but only pretend, only by playing. So what other things would be fun, do you think, to play in this empathy story? How else could you play empathy? I could give another one, but I'm going to hold back because there's another really fun one that we do. But what are some of the ones, Sue, that we're seeing? So, okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'll say another one. Another one is letting the cheetah go free, since the cage was no place for a beautiful animal to be. So we would open the cage, and then the little girl, or you can be a boy, it could be a girl or a boy in the story, hug the cheetah and then say, "Go run to your freedom, dearest one," and then let the cheetah run free. And then put your head down and play that you're sad, and then the cheetah comes back, and the child, you're playing that, and you're saying, "What are you doing back here? Why did you come back?" And then you, as the cheetah, um would say why, because at that point you can talk. So you would say, "I came back because I was worried about you. I came back because I want to help you." So do you have any other ideas of what would be fun to play? Are we seeing anything with that?
Somebody said, my dog can be the cheetah.
Yes! Oh, I love that. Absolutely. The dog could be the cheetah. Well, and I'm excited too to, if your parents or your teachers want to go to my website, or email me, like SissyMarySue.org. You can scroll down to the contact us, and my email address is there. If you want to share with your teachers or your parents pictures of things that you do without yourselves, you have beautiful faces, and I would love to see your faces, but we can't post anything with kids. But if you wanted to share with Anthony and I, and the others on my team, our team Empathy, your pictures of some of the things that you create in your living rooms, I would love to see them. We would love to see them. We'd love to see your cages, with blankets, or however you want to do them. Go ahead, Sue. Did you have somewhere for?
Someone else said the couches could be their hut. So they're
Wonderful.
And someone else said a cat. Emily said her cat could be her cheetah.
Oh, I love that. The cat could be the cheetah. That's right.
So
Yeah, the cat could be the cheetah. And parents can be ambisha. Did you notice too that the clothing in Africa with the tribe that I stayed with were cloths that were draped on their bodies? You could use a sheet or a blanket for those cloths too, if you want to have costume when you're playing, and have your clothes too. And then the women in the village had beaded dresses, and so you could put something around like a dress. Yeah, and then you could anyway, so go ahead. You have some other ones?
well, it's just about time for us to end. If you wanted to put up that last slide.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. Most importantly, again, Anthony and I want to tell all of you that we love you, and we care about what you're all going through, and just know that we're there for you, and just you're in our hearts. So we want to send our love. The other thing I wanted to share really quickly is that I did put free PDFs of both my books on SissyMarySue.org, so you can just have them, and hopefully that will be fun for you to be able to look at the pictures and play. And then one thing I was thinking about, if you printed them at home in black and white, you could use them as coloring pages. Have fun with using them as coloring pages too. And then what I'm going to try to do also, when I do book signings, we bring bookmarks and stickers, and I have those images, and I'm thinking I'll probably be putting those up in the next couple days on the website, where you could print those and color those in if you wanted to. So yeah, so have fun playing. Play the story, play the empathy story, but also play other things. Have fun playing with your siblings, with your cat and your dogs, and just have that kind of time right now. I think that'd be really good. So thank you for being with us.
Sissy Mary Sue. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
We enjoyed the story, and you're right. It's time to play. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.